When they ghost you, they do not love you, they do not care much more, they're just taking advantage of you. Let's dive in behind the scenes to see what happens with this ghosting situation. Anybody who go through these ghosting, breadcrumbing, love bombing situations knows that it doesn't happen once. It becomes a cycle, and it's difficult for them to break free from that kind of relationship. Most people be praying, crying, doing all that they can. Some even go for counseling, yet it's difficult to break free from that situation. But the truth is, most individuals believe that they are in love with the person in question, but they are not. They are attached and in love with the idea of the relationship they have with that person. So you see, when you meet these people, they mimic you in the sense that they do things that make you believe you have things in common. So they mimic most of the things that they see you doing, and it makes you believe that you have a lot in common, and they are your perfect person. And so you create that idea about them, and you create an image for the relationship when now you start believing that this is the best relationship created for you, and that's the best you can ever get. And so once you build that mindset, and you know your mind is the most powerful weapon you have as an individual. So once you build that mindset, it means it will be difficult for you to let that person go as long as you are still holding on to that mindset. So that mindset is what keeps you in the trap, because the mindset is now the illusion. You cannot see through the reality. You cannot accept the truth for what it is when they now start showing the other side of themselves or their true self to you. You've already created a mindset in your mind concerning them, so they can never go wrong. Nothing about them will be bad. Even when they make mistakes, you yourself is you're going to find an answer. You're going to find an excuse, that's the word, for them. And so for you to be able to leave that trap, escape that trap, this is what you can do. I'm going to give you a typical example of what I'm talking about so that you get it. My first ever serious relationship, the guy that I dated treated me so well from the beginning, and he was the first person that gave me that treatment from where I was coming from. And so in my mind and how he acted, he made me believe that was the best I could ever get. So I created that mindset in my mind that he was the best person for me. And so that was an illusion that was created based on how he presented himself and based on how I saw things that were working for me. And so moving on, when things started going off with that person, when he started acting some way, I couldn't move on because I've already built and accepted that reality. And so whenever I'm out there and I decide to, look out for other men, he became the standard. I was looking for men like him, his type, how he acts, because now in my mind that was a perfect man for me. And so anything aside him was not going to serve me. And so it became an illusion I couldn't escape from, till I met another person who was also on game. This person game was extra. He also studied me for a long period by hanging around me. And so when he started moving with me, when he got the chance, he mimicked me so well that when I'm with him, he was not going to talk. He was not going to act himself for me to even know who he really was, to the extent that even when I meet him outside, I can see him with other people, all bubbly doing his thing. But when he sees me, he comes into a solid guy move because he wanted to prove to me he was the person he was showing me he was. And so I felt like he was this calm person that could match my energy, and that made me change my mindset because an illusion was casted upon me. An idea was created in my mind by the first guy I was with. And now I met another person who also ran game on me, and this person game was telling me that I could get more than what I was getting initially. I could actually meet another person, and so it was easy for me to let go of the belief because somebody was also, I mean, strong. You see, sometimes you have to use the demon to fight the devil, but at the end of the day, they are all darkness. And so he was strong in his movement, so I was able to escape the other person, but I wasn't gone. I was still in another trap. Do you get it? But the only difference was, and why I could escape was because another idea was created in my mind. Another illusion was casted upon me. And so the reason why most people cannot escape that trap and they keep on repeating a cycle with somebody is because they have fallen in love with the idea of what that person can be, or who that person can become, or what that person showed them. And it's not the reality, it is an illusion. And so for them to be able to come out of that cycle, they need to start seeing things for exactly what it is. And so if I saw this guy to be sweet, to be honest, to be faithful, to be loving, to be kind, and now he's showing me otherwise. Because I have that mindset, it would be difficult for me to accept. I will start giving myself excuses why he's acting the way he's acting. But the only thing that can take me out of that illusion or that loop is to accept things for exactly what it is. And that's what we call being self-aware. You have to be aware of your environment, what is happening, the people around you, how they are showing up. And so if you look at the person and see how they are showing up, you get to judge them based on their actions, not based on what they sold to you. And the moment you start seeing things for exactly what it is, your mindset towards them start changing. And that's the reason why most people are advised to have this affirmations all the time, because the more they talk about something, it becomes an idea, it becomes a mindset. So the more you become aware and see things for exactly what it is, as time goes on, the idea you created in your mind destroys, because a new idea will keep on building for you to see through the veil that, okay, I thought this person was this, but being honest with myself, this is who he is actually. And so that is the only way you can escape this kind of relationship, facing things for exactly what it is and refrain from the reality you created concerning that person, accepting the real reality for what it is. So you have to tell yourself that, okay, this person acted this way just to have me in his corner, but this is actually who this person is. So I cannot depend on the old version he gave me or she gave me. I need to get real and accept him for exactly who he is. So do I really enjoy this person for who he is? Do I want a man who treats me this, or a woman who treats me, or who is actually this person? And you get to know that that is not what you want. That is not what turns you on. That is not what makes you in love. And that's how you move out of this illusion.